happening, everyone? Today is currently Sunday, July 21st. Haven't made a video in quite some time, but I'm out here today on Cayuga Lake trying to catch some largemouth up on the upper end, and I've done good so far. What I'm using today, what I've done most of the damage on, was a Straight King 5XD. I used a different color in I think it's Super Sexy Ghost Shad. It's kind of like a green, silver, and yellow. And I changed to this color, the bluegill, the lifelike bluegill, because I caught a couple bluegill on a drop shot, and they weren't very big. They were maybe 5-6 inches, so that kind of told me all I needed to really know what I wanted to throw, because the bite turned off throwing a crankbait, and I've made only a couple casts with this one so far. I'm working in some shallow-ish water, maybe a little too shallow for the 5XD, but then again, I really don't think it is. Anywhere between like 11 and 14 feet has been the key today, because there's been a lack of grass. Every lake I've been to this year has been a very, there's a very large lack of grass. And I think this winter had something to do with it, because we had hardly any ice. I couldn't ice fish at all. But I'm just burning this crankbait, trying to get out to a little bit deeper water. The wind's kind of pushing me around a bit today. It's not quite coming from the direction that they said it was supposed to, but that's perfectly fine. I've made do with it. So I know casting a crankbait around isn't the most exciting thing as flipping docks or anything, but if the wind was coming out of the east or west, which is that way or the way behind me, if the wind was coming out of either of those directions, I would be flipping docks, but right now it's blowing up the lake. They were calling for a west-northwest or a northwest wind, and it's just been south all day. There's these thick grass patches out here on my 2D sonar here that the bass have been hiding in, and I'm not really marking a whole lot of fish. I have caught a lot of fish today. Yes, I probably caught 15-20. Nothing huge, no 5, 6, 7 pounders that this lake is known for, but they could be somewhere else, somewhere I haven't tried. This has been working for me today, so I wanted to keep doing what was working. I'm just trying to work these grass patches pretty quick. I'm just burning a crankbait, burning the Straight King 5XD through them. Yeah, I pull up a lot of grass on them. It's what's gonna happen. But the fish come out of them heavy grass patches and snatch this thing pretty hard. There we go. Got one on the crankbait. Boy, he wanted that too. That was awfully close to my hand. There we go. Little guy. Still fish. See you later, pal. Been a while. That was the first hit I've had in quite some time. Really hoping that wind keeps changing direction. I think it's very slowly starting to change. Once it does, I might go try and flip some docks. Now I do have a tournament here in a couple weeks. Hopefully the lake will be very similar as it was today, because I think I'd do pretty good. Just need to up the sizes a little bit. Some of the guys I fish with, they constantly pull out 6-pounders out of here, so if I have any chance, hopefully this strategy is working, and hopefully there's some bigger fish. I don't know if you guys heard, but recently the New York State record largemouth was beating this lake. It was almost 12.5 pounds. It was like 12.35, I think. But you know, that's a massive largemouth for up here in the north. You know, anything over 7 is huge. 7-8 pounds up north here is huge. If you get anything bigger than that, it's astronomical. Any double digit you see up here is almost unheard of. But this lake has been, this lake is absolutely insane. There we go. Got one on a crankbait, and it's another about the same size. Heck yeah, got a nice little belly on him. Always gotta watch your fingers when you're using these treble hooks. There we go. Not a bad little bass. Got a little belly on it. See you later, pal. Sweet. The lake is slowly calming down, which is nice. Means the wind is starting to change direction. Definitely doesn't feel like it's coming right straight out of the south like it was. In that case, I might go try and skip a few docks with a jig. Alright, well, I've moved in shallow here because the wind calmed down a little bit, changed a little bit of direction. So we're gonna try and flip some docks, see if there's any fish hiding under them. Oh, I see one. He was right beneath me here. He was. There's a good amount of grass up shallow, which is good. With clear water, if you're going to flip docks, you want lots of grass, because it provides more area for the fish to hide. Now, if the water is slightly dirty, you can get away with a little less weed coverage. But with clear water, I've always said that weeds and docks go well together. Now, I don't know if anyone's hit these docks yet today, but we're trying them. Now, one thing I've noticed this year compared to last year is that the fish seem to be more on the end of the dock than tucked way back up in, you know, halfway up in there. That's a common thing that I've noticed last couple of years. They're either tucked way back up in, or they're right on the end. But I've also noticed the shallower docks with more weed coverage seem to be the best, at least for producing bigger fish. Kind of like this one. But lots and lots of shade, that's what you want. Lots and lots of shade. Lots of stuff for these fish to hide around. Pylons, you name it. fact, I did see one fish already up shallow. Kind of makes me feel a little better. Ooh, I had a bad skip on that. Almost went on top of it. Hit perfect, but it just decided it wanted to go wherever it pleased. So I don't know how I feel about these. They're a little clear. Water's a little clear here. If it was a little dirtier, then I'd have a little bit more confidence. But on clear lakes, I definitely like throwing, looking for dirtier water if I'm gonna skip jigs under docks. You know, least amount of rock I can find, more of a muddy bottom is probably the best, because that usually has some grass. So anything with like a softer bottom, lots of grass, not too shallow, but shallow enough to park a boat next to it with lots of shade is the best style dock. That first one I rolled up on was probably the best example, and we're coming up on one here that's another pretty good example. Ooh, I did have a hit though.
Missed it by that much.
On the way down, he definitely smacked it. See, now this dock here is a really good example of what I was just talking about. There's some grass around it, lots of shade coverage, low to the water. Doesn't mean there's gonna be a fish there, but these are the ones that have the best chance of having a fish underneath it. This year I'm trying to throw around more. Oh, he had it. I saw him.
You suck!
Might be able to get him. Maybe I'll come back for it. Alright guys, I made a pretty good run. I think I ran about 4 miles north. But the wind changed direction on me a little bit. Now it's blowing out of the north. So we're gonna see how well that works out for me. Hopefully it doesn't get too rough out here with the wind coming out of the north, because I gotta go back south. I don't want to have to drive in some rough water. I figure I won't do this for too long. It was just something I thought of because I like these docks up here the best. And for this reason, they are 1, shallower, and 2, if you guys notice, the water is very stained. So I think that helps pushing fish shallower when the water is stained. Oh wow, that's a big one. Oh wow, I got a big one. Oh wow, that's a big one. Oh my god. Oh. Come here. Come here. Oh, I got her. Wow. That's why I like flipping dirty water. Wow, look at that fish. Holy crap. There's a really nice fish. 5, 5.5 probably. Maybe close to 6. Thank you, I got him right there. I'll let her go here. There she goes. Sweet. Well, I definitely think I broke the 5-pound mark here, finally. It's only taken me 6 times to come here. I don't know if I had my drag set tight enough. I couldn't move her. She just kept digging. Couldn't gain anything. Woo! That's why you flip docks in stained water. It's because of fish like that. Oh my God. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's what you don't want. Yee. Got overconfident. Well, I think I had my first person bitching at me for fishing under their dock. That guy earlier. I couldn't tell if he was saying go away, but I just ignored him. Best thing to do, unless they come out on their dock with a gun, I'd ignore it. Man, it seems to be like that one dock back there was the only one that had a fish on it. And had the biggest fish I've caught today. And it's usually, sometimes it's not all just old women or men that have nothing better to do. It's sometimes younger guys, like that guy was. I bet that guy was probably my age. Doubt he was really any older. That's the kind of person I like. Yell at the dog to mind their own business. I'm minding my own. So they obviously get it. That one with the white, I think that's a stingray. With the shore master, looks like it might have something under it. I don't know why that one dock only had a fish on it. And there's so many here that I just can't, that had nothing on it. It's kind of strange, if you ask me. That one. Yeah. That's one way to think of it. Well, I'll show you guys what I got going on here, at least for flipping. I got a dirty jigs pitching, 2 grade pitching jig, 1/2 ounce. I love these jigs very much because they have a really nice head shape to them. That nice flat head shape makes them really easy to skip. And you know, a rage bug is always my #1 go-to trailer to put behind a jig to skip. Provides a lot of action, skips really well, except for, you know, on the tore apart like that one is, because I use it so much. But they skip really nice. They have a huge assortment of colors, both for the Rage Bug and the Dirty Jigs tackle. They both just have massive amounts of colors, which I really like. I can never seem to find the right, I used to never be able to find the right color jig that I wanted, or at least if I did, it wasn't in you know, the right style jig. It wasn't in a flat, you know, it didn't have the flatter head on it. It was in a football jig, or it was in a swim jig. So with Dirty Jigs having, you know, a huge assortment of colors, I can, and you know, they have a lot of different style jigs as well. You know, there's a lot of pros that design their own jigs through Dirty Jigs, and you can buy them, like Luke Clausen. But there's some pros that don't quote me on that, but there's a really big assortment of jigs from Dirty Jigs, and that's why I really, really, really love them compared to other jig brands. You know, the one thing that I wish they had that like the Strike King skipping jig has is the screw lock keeper for these pitching jigs. I get they're not really meant to skip, they're meant to pitch, but if they had a screw lock keeper on here, that would, you know, it'd be, to me, it would be the absolute best jig on planet Earth. It skips well, it's got a lot of colors, and if you can hold the bait, if you can hold your trailer on well, then it would be the best. You know, the more I think about it, the more I think I don't have the right color on. And I think I know which color I want to put on. Switched out colors. Because when I was in stained water at Juanita, I forget what the heck this color is called, but it's like green pumpkin black with blue flake. And I have a black and blue swirl Rage Bug on it that I didn't pinch the things off of. But I've always thought black and blue is better for stained water. And I feel like there's fish here, they're just not seeing the jig well. What I had on was more of a clear water jig versus a stained or dirty water. Where I feel like black and blue kind of shines on a bright day with some dirty or stained water. I could be wrong. Green pumpkin could be, you know, the bluegill or green pumpkin could be the way to go, but I just feel like this jig might do a little bit better. Oh, we came off. Gotta be one under this one. God. Oh, it's another giant. Oh, it's another pig. Oh my God. Wow. Whew. Heck yeah, that's another good one. Yeah, you can. Heck yeah. It's a good fish right there. Let her back. See if she goes back under the dock. And she waved goodbye. Man, that was that was something. I've come back to this dock half a dozen times and never caught a fish on it. It looks so perfect. Maybe there's more than one under there. It'd be nice if there was. Come on. I've come back to that dock so many times and never caught anything. Totally just redeemed it. May have not gotten a lot of fish up on this north end, but damn, they've been nice size. Still a really good fish nonetheless. I'll take it. Oh, there's another one. That's smaller, but there we go. Little guy. Wind's gonna push me right into shore here. Little one. That fish hit it as soon as it hit the water because I saw it come up and swirl on it. That was sweet. That lure was in the water for half a second and that fish was just all over it. Dark shape. Oh,
Swing and a miss.
Almost got another one. I saw him swirl down there. That dark shape. He's still under there. Oh, I can't believe I missed him. It's like now the docks are starting to heat up. Not back there. Maybe I just was using the wrong color. Sucks. That looked like it was another 4-pounder. I mean, the way he came up and swirled on it,